Full screen. Yeah, good. Hi, so we're recording and Louisa's in her standing frame. And we've had concern about pain in the left knee or soreness a little bit, hasn't been too bad. We've been working, improving the way, the symmetry of the legs and better organisation through the pelvis and the feet. So just having a look at the way Louisa's sitting and naturally to standing there, how and where her weight goes and how symmetrical are her legs at the moment. So remember, Nathan, last time we worked a little bit with shifting the knee pads forward a little bit and the desk part of the frame to give her a little bit of more room to move.
We just talked about that. It's kind of double what it used to be. There's more knee room, leg room.
And is that good, Louisa, for you?
Yeah, Louisa was just saying that she's finding it more comfortable than it was before.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the side bit here that Louisa was leaning on before is moved. That's gone. That's taken that off. And you've been standing straighter, did you say, because of that? Sitting straighter afterwards.
Very good.
Afterwards, after standing. Yeah.
Very good. So some of these supports that we use in standing frames and chairs can become a bit of an issue and a problem if not used properly, and can be an advantage if used properly. So the idea of supporting, and usually they're locked in close to the body, so the theory being very corrective in nature to straighten everybody up, but in essence you put a support, for example, looking at Louisa right at the moment, the left thoracic support under the left arm. Nothing there at the moment. She would lean into that. So leaning into a support sometimes can be a problem because the central nervous system likes being supported and it'll lean into it even more, which doesn't activate the muscles to move that part of the body in the opposite direction, so to speak. I hope I'm making sense there. A bit like sometimes orthotics on the feet, you put a support under the arch. The arch muscles are the muscles that lift up the arch. When you put a support under it, the muscles stop working because they're supported by the orthotic. And then you can have more of a problem, but the foot collapses,
Yeah.
Muscles stop working because they're supported, they don't have to work. So here Louise is getting the opportunity to move muscles she may not have moved with the supports, which is a really good thing because she's learning movement and gaining greater awareness of movement. So from my perspective at the moment, I see the knees look like they're at different heights. What's happening there with the feet? Can you take the frame back a little bit so I can see her feet?
Yeah.
Maybe laterally, a lateral view.
The knees seem to always be at different heights, so don't they? I think your
right lower leg's longer than the left lower leg, or is it the position of the foot?
You extend one leg out more, so one leg sits higher than the other. I think it's to do with your hips and everything, isn't it? They're the same length. I think it's to do with how you sit, isn't it? Yeah, right. That's what you worked out. It's my pelvis, Louisa says.
Okay, so turn to the right.
And should I, yeah, turn right around? Turn
Yeah,
right
yeah.
around?
Just go. Can I see those feet?
Oh,
Yeah, you have got the knee pads a lot further in front of her.
maybe I can move the camera down a
Yeah,
little.
oh, she's got their lovely boots on too. Okay. So is the foot, you know, when we work on the table, you can see how the foot can turn sometimes. Just feel the ankle mortise there and the heel bone. Let's see if she's twisted inside the boot.
Yeah, your right foot's sort of leaning on the outer side, so your foot
Yeah, that's where she's losing the length in that lower.
up and inwards, sort of. Is that?
So let's begin. That's a lesson I do on the table too. It's called the plumb bob, where I'll need you to facilitate. We're just going to do a little bit of work on this. Other things are important, but we want a good, stable base of support. And considering it's a left knee, we have issues with. This is needs to be addressed. The knee we consider to be the bridge between the ankle and the hip, yeah? And the whole thing is organised in an habitual way. So just with your hands on there, Nathan, if you could place your right hand on top of her knee.
On left knee?
Yes, and if you can organise yourself in such a way that I can still see her, yes. And then however you're going to do this, you might have to rearrange her, turn a little bit further so you can get your left hand on her foot without obscuring. No, the other way. The other way. Turn her back to the bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
And now close to the wall. Not all the way. No.
Yeah.
We still want to see a foot. So
Yeah.
turn the table to the right halfway. That's good enough. Yeah. Now your left hand on her foot. On where pretty much where the strap is. So if you even take the strap off for now, I think.
Yeah. All right. Both of them?
No, just that one. Yeah.
Okay. And where, sorry, left hand where?
Wait a minute. Okay, the left hand over the bridge of a foot. Yeah, that bone that rolls in. With your thumb on one side of the ankle, down, feel the side of your side of the ankle is that little bone that sticks out that we knock sometimes. That's called the condyle that comes off the tibia, the fibula. And put your finger on that and just roll the foot in and out from the direction it's already going, sort of thing. And then with the right hand on top of the knee. Okay, so we're going to find it. That's pretty habitual at the moment. So the right foot's out on the outside edge, is it? Sorry, the left foot. Dyslexic moment.
Yeah, did you say that? Yeah.
So the foot's rolled out to the left.
I think so. It's moving a bit now, but yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Okay. So hold it in the position it's habitually organised to go, which is more onto the outside. That's it. Now with the right hand on the knee, just very gently holding the foot where it is, move the knee a little bit further to the right and then back to the position it now is in. So take it further in the direction it's going and just bringing it back to where it is already now. And what we would do normally, or in some areas of thinking, we want to correct it and line it up, right? The knee over the ankle, so it's a more skeletally organized, because I call skeletal integrity, that these bones can sit on top of each other in the most efficient way to support Louisa's whole skeleton. So instead of being corrective in our thinking, what we're doing is taking her further in the direction she's going. So her nervous system learns in which direction she's going. And it's the moment that we start to come back again from the direction she's going that she learns to change direction. Now you do that a few times. The horse is walking up the paddock. That's why Bella's on guard at the moment. This background farm noise.
Voracious Bella.
Maybe she's protecting you, Louisa, from the horse.
Yeah, Bella.
After you've done that a few times, just rest, let the foot come back to its normal position. And take your hands off and just rest for a moment and see what happens. Look what she did right at the beginning, before I got excited. The knee moved further to the left. The first thing that she did after you let your hands off, she put her knee over ankle. And actually, I think the foot's changed now too. Feel the foot now. Look at the difference already. Feel it.
Yeah. The heel's more turned inwards. Just puts on a different angle.
Yeah. Okay, do that again, what she just did.
But
This is something you could do a couple of minutes before she stands up in the stander every day. Just roll the foot out again, just like you did before.
good. A bit hard here. Yeah, it's not me who's here in the evening and does the stander, but you could maybe tell other people, or could show them the video perhaps. Or...
Yeah, make a real short video. It's better watch the beginning. Okay, do that again, what she just did. Exactly the same. So it's just natural, her nervous system self-corrected there, because she's had the background lessons too on the table before. Remember us doing those different leg movements and ankle movements?
Do you mean so Louisa's foot's in a different position, so just holding it where it is now and moving outwards or inwards and back?
How are we going to do exactly what you did before? Just roll the foot out to the outside edge again.
Oh, roll the foot out. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Then take the knee to the right and back to where it was. Well, let's see where back at where it was has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
keep
going
going to it.
further inwards.
Amazing. And while he's doing that, Louisa, feel how your pelvis is sitting on the seat. The sit bones are right underneath you, aren't they? What's better? And she did.
Louisa's slouching a little. Fine.
Okay. Do just a little bit more. Now she's
Says she can
better organized her pelvis, so just do a little bit more. So you're increasing the pressure on the outside edge of the foot by rolling that bone under the arch more towards you.
Louisa's legs move to where I can't push it in to the right anymore. I only move it back
Try now.
after
Roll
shifting.
it. Okay, left hand down on the foot. Roll that foot outwards to the outside edge. And turn the heel backwards. I don't see the foot rolling to the outside edge. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, just slowly now. Moving the knee to the right. And because the old position's changed, you can bring it a lot further back now, can't you, towards you? But don't force it that way, taking it to the right. That's the left. Take it to the right. So,
I was just bringing it back.
so the left knee can even touch the right knee. Okay, now the next time you bring the knee back to the towards you to the left, once it goes, and now hold it there. Now allow the foot to roll back onto its surface. Okay, leave your hand down there. Now take the knee further to the right. Then back again. Now roll the foot outward even more. And continue taking the knee to the right. Then on the way back, roll the foot backwards. That's it, and keep doing that. The knee goes right, the foot goes left, more or less. That's it. Let's do a few more of those. Breathing. Feeling your sit bones, Louisa. Are you more on the right sit bone or the left sit bone?
Right.
Okay, that's enough of that now. Just sit back and rest for a moment. Just wait. In these moments of waiting or resting, Louisa's nervous system is naturally just integrating the information she's got, the sensory information. Okay, she's coming forward more. And whenever you're ready, begin to stand. So using the chair. Yes, thank you. And before we actually stand, I want Louisa's head to come as far forward as you can. Before you stand, if you can.
That's yeah. So leaning forward. Yeah, there you go.
And even with your own little bit of standing there, it's reflexive.
Okay, we'll go up now.
Yeah, lean forward as you assist the standing. So that's your job, Louisa, is to keep your body as forward as possible, your head as forward as possible, even placing your head on the table. Actually, a really nice trick we can use here to help Louisa. Nathan is go and get the rollers.
I mean, these ones?
Yep. Is there a bigger one there too?
A bigger one? Is there a big one? Yeah, a big one? All right.
No, it's a bit bigger.
Yeah. How could I forget? This bigger one takes up half the cupboard.
Oh, that's the super bigger one. There's one in the middle. But we could use that too, I guess.
This one?
Hmm.
Thought this was the same.
When I said I might,
Oh yeah, that's bigger.
that's it. That's the one. So we're going to lay the roll up so that Louisa can place her head on it on the table.
That big.
That's it. So Vivian, lean forward there, Louisa, and place your forehead on the roller.
You won't be able to do that until we're already up, though, will you?
No. We're just going to see if she can do that here. She had her head beautifully forward before. Oh, very nice. Actually, can we turn Louisa, Nathan, so I can see her from the side?
Yeah.
I can see her head. And closer to the wall so I can see more of her. I see. Okay. And that table, does it move forward and backwards?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Uh,
We'll bring it closer to Louisa, yeah?
Yeah, make it easy. Try there. And because the roller is moving, we need to anchor it so it doesn't move. Need like a little triangle or something you can stick under the end of it to stop it from rolling, or you can hold it for the time being. Just practice there, leaning forward, Louisa, and back. Just perfect.
Stand up. But you can stand up by yourself without it going up.
This is a whole new way of standing we're going to be doing. So is that roller symmetrical in relation to Louisa?
From
The right side as far forward as the left.
what's that, sorry?
Is the roller symmetrical in relation to Louisa, that the right side of the roller is close to her as the left side of the roller?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just
Yeah.
a bit with the angles here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Louisa, just let yourself fall forward and let the head rest on the roller for half a minute and or more. And breathe, yeah. And notice that the moment the head's rolled to the left, yeah, roll your head onto the forehead. You just begin rolling the forehead on the roller. Breathing. Come back to your breath. Let everything soften and even just rest there. Don't do anything if you don't till the spasms stop. So just rest there, breathing. Think of the tongue too and the jaw being soft. And take your time. And as you come forward, feel what the pelvis does. Feel the sitting bones when you come forward, where you're sitting on, and the difference between the right and the left sitting bones. Very good. See how she just made an adjustment then in the left leg? Natural. Now they look the same height, Nathan. Both the knees, from my perspective.
No, not quite. It must be the angle.
Yeah.
I think the right one's still further back.
Anyway, that's just incidental. She's self-corrected the left ankle just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Without knowing she did it. The nervous system did it for her. When she moved her pelvis, her attention to the pelvis.
It's your pelvis, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just lean forward onto the roller with your head again. Just lean there and rest there and pay attention to your breath now. I've got a couple of awareness through movement lessons just on breathing I want you to do in this position too. How often are you with her, Nathan, during the week?
4 times during the week in the day. And then
would you have the time on another day just to let her be in this position with her head rested on the roller as she does an ATM I prescribe? She might only need to do 10 minutes to start with, or 15 minutes.
Yeah, if Louisa wanted to do that, we would have time, wouldn't we?
That'd be great. So feeling this, what you do with your sit bones as you bring your head to the roller. Just feeling them on the seat. And you'll find after a while that you can actually sit forward using the sit bones. And then roll them back and feel what happens. So that's the also the pelvic rock, isn't it? When you do that, you can feel the sit bones.
Louisa said, "Is it the pelvic rock?"
There it is. She just did it.
Is it?
I've got to be careful with my voice. If I get too excited and I raise it up, Louisa has a spasm. It's a reflex. Sometimes, you see, I say something funny, she'll do it. Even moving her attention sometimes will elicit this standing reflex. What we're doing at the moment is getting to learn to override the standing reflex, even though standing reflex is beneficial. It's not beneficial if she always throws backwards, because she'll always fall when she stands up. With this, if the reflex dominates, see how she throws backwards?
Well, you do that a lot for other things, don't you? When you need to do that,
Yeah.
sitting in your wheelchair.
One of the best things or worst things they teach cerebral palsy children early is because they have their nappy changed so many times a day, lying on their back and lift the pelvis up in there. It's a really strong reinforcement of that extension. Anyway, let's keep going. Put the head back on the roller. And the breath. Okay, we're going to remember the breathing balloons and very gently, very gently. Oh, I just had a great idea. While you do that, and you're going to alternate, if it's not too much, to alternate on the breath out, pushing the air out the back, the low back, Yeah, let's not alternate. Let's just do one thing at a time. Make it easier. For a few breaths, as the breathing out, you're going to push it out the lumbar spine, so the lumbar curve is going to go backwards.
Louisa just said, should I not worry about my pelvis?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just love it. We're going to have attention. Notice it. That's all. You can move your attention whenever you want to. Look at that now, the way she's sitting. Look how beautifully engaged the pelvis is already.
I was just saying to Louisa.
You're amazing, Louisa.
More level now. Where I'm sitting.
So just observe the pelvis. Trust your innate intelligence. It's amazing. Okay, lay your head again on the roller.
Your body's telling you to stand up. I'll shut up. Body's telling you to shut up.
And then I want you to see if you can discern as a measure of ease. Is it easier to push there out the low back on the out breath? Or when we first started learning breathing balloons, you used to push the belly out, remember, and arch the low back. So to try directing the breath, the balloon up in the chest is going to deflate as you breathe out and push the belly out. Do that a few times. If it gets difficult, just stop and rest. And when you're ready, head back on the roller, leaning on the roller, resting on the roller. Try breathing out the back again. So on the out breath, you're directing in your imagination the balloon pushing as it goes down the bottom balloon, it pushes out the low back, and the low back moves backwards, which helps you sit forward or helps you have your head forward like that. In a way. That's it. And of course, you'll find there's an effect on the pelvis. If you want now, alternate one breath out the low back, and then the next breath out, or wait a little while if you need to wait. Push out the belly. And you can alternate. Beautiful. Okay, leave that now, just rest. However you want. You felt more than what the pelvis did. Yeah, it's becoming clearer. So you move your attention, just observing. It's in the observation that makes the difference. Not trying to fix it, not trying to correct it. Observing how you do what you do so you know what you're doing. And then you can do whatever you want to do. It's a process of learning. Okay, the pelvis looks nicely engaged there, and come forward once again with the head on the roller. And now, Nathan, if you could be ready to raise the chair a little bit as Louisa, when she finds her resting place there and is not having any unnecessary movement. The right arm's got something to say at the moment. I wonder what's changing. Interesting. Maybe I'm an over observer. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, she's ready. Just very gently, and keep your head contacted if you can. That's all. Okay, come back. Just do that really slowly, Nathan. Her left arm, now her arms are becoming more part of her. They save her. The hand came up to protect her face from falling forward. You know, all these beautiful natural equilibriums are coming into as naturally just developing, which is really good. We don't need to be perturbated too much by that, but know what they're doing. Okay, when you're ready, bring the head forward again. So when you begin to rise her, really slowly, small increments.
There's only one speed. If we do it, we could do it it's a bit more jerky motion like that.
No. Can we do smooth and slow?
No, it's one speed.
I have to talk to the manufacturers. We want to build a new Feldenkrais standing frame. Doesn't do things fast and jerky. Well, we've got to work with what we've got, so let that be. Wait a minute. Louisa, just put the head on the roller, the forehead on the roller. And we're going to do this 3 different ways to begin with. I'm going to lift and lower, lift and lower, and lift and lower 3 times. The first time, the head resting on the roller. Now, prior to doing it the 3 times, we may need to just work on better organizing the breath as she lifts. Now, all Louisa needs to do now is rest her head on the roller. And organize your breath there, Louisa, till you're all soft again. And quiet, the nervous system's quiet. Reducing the noise for learning. And then when you're ready, see if we can time, and you can work with as an observer too here, Nathan, that the moment on the breath out, that you begin to lift, or do one lift and leave it there.
Okay, I'll try and do that. Yeah.
Forehead on the roller first. And breathing. Notice where your eyes are looking, Louisa. What you doing, Nathan?
I'm just waiting to notice Louisa's breath. I can't tell if
Okay.
breathing in or out. You were breathing heavier before, and I could tell, and then your breathing calmed down, which is probably a good thing, I guess. Right. Oh. Sorry, I'm talking loud right here to explain.
That's also a reflex from the sitting, what we're doing.
That threw me off. Louisa said that Louisa stopped breathing.
No wonder you couldn't observe her breathing.
I was like, oh, you're breathing very gently. I can't tell what's in and what's out. But
Yeah.
okay.
if it doesn't interfere with Louisa, you can place your hands around the base ribs, your right and left hand. Try that as she comes forward and puts her head on the roller. And she trusts you. That's really good. And just stay with that for a moment. Nice hands, comfortable hands, soft. When Louise is ready, just place your forehead on the roller. And breathe normally. What is normal? How can we make the breath easy? Not a big volume of air, you know, make it whatever volume you're breathing in and out. When you attend to this, reduce the volume by half and then half again. And just so easy and yummy feeling inside. Now, Nathan's got to do the impossible. He's got to lift the chair without moving his hands. No,
I'd leave one hand then.
okay, let that go now, Nathan, and be ready. Yeah. Good.
One hand. Okay,
Lift
so
the head, lift the head, forehead down, and we're resting the extensors. Yeah. And then lift. See if we can do it in increments. Just one rest. Well, yeah. Just work with your breath there. Small volumes of air. And just go up and stay there. Wait a second. We're going to continue to go up next time in increments. We're not going to go back again.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So just keep going up on the breath out.
Yeah, I'll guide you as we go. It's dependent on what Louisa's is doing, of course. There's no recipes in the work, but that's the direction we're heading. Okay, forehead on the roller. I'm going to take Louisa up a level 2 of further differentiation. So we'll just need to play with it. Maybe she digests that thought. Every time I give her something difficult, think about her arms and hands start talking, moving. Italian, you got some Italian in there, my dear. I get sillier the older I get. And she said, we must laugh during a lesson. We must make it fun, and then we learn something. So as you're sitting there beautifully, just looking really slowly at the ant's going to walk right and left for a little while. And keep doing that, and don't interrupt those eyes as Nathan lifts you. When you're ready, beautiful, Nathan, just wait there for a moment. Feel what her body does as she looks right and left. The sitting bones are doing. There's more pressure on one and then the other, and then another lift. That's really nice. Up again, another lift. Another increment. Oh, yeah, well. Stay with it. Okay. Rest. It's one of the things Louisa has brilliantly done. I mean, she may have not got a PhD. If she hadn't learned to do this, which is governing everything with her eyes and head. So they've been used to controlling everything more or less. So we're differentiating to say, hey, we've got a pelvis, we've got feet, we've got breath. So the nervous system's learning more about her whole self in regard to organizing herself. And we're changing up the eyes to allow the body to learn that. Okay, when you're ready again, Louisa, come down, forehead on the roller. And just in that position, just begin slowly rolling with the eyes, allowing the head to roll. Feel the skin on the roller and your skull inside the skin rolling right and left a tiny little bit, and so we can smooth that up. And as you continue to do that, I can see the pelvis doing something. And can you feel the sitting bones increasing pressure under one sit bone and then the other as you continue to roll the head? And you continue to roll the head. And these moments, Nathan, of this beautiful organization, add another increment of standing. Slowly. Just in anticipation. The nervous system, wait a minute. Don't interrupt my thinking. I had it all together. I had the eyes rolling, I had the mouth, I had the sit bones, I had my breathing going. And she adds another increment. Make my life difficult. Okay. Do you want to just sit back now for a minute, Louisa, and have rest? That's a lot. Okay, you want to keep going?
Yeah, so go back down, just rest. It's okay,
Yes.
keep going. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, let it go. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
When
keep
she's
going.
ready, just wait for her. When she starts rolling the head, and we're ready to add another. No, sorry, I was talking to Louisa. Go back. Too many drivers. Look at how she's organising pelvis. Okay. Feel how you're doing that with your pelvis so much more now. Yeah, you know it, you can feel it. So whenever you're ready, come back with the head on the roller. Yeah, you're actually doing it with pelvis. Can you feel, Louisa, how you're using your pelvis to help you roll your head? I don't have to answer. Okay, so now we're going to get the eyes to look straight ahead, but the eyes closed, and continue to roll your head. Breathing, breath, come back to your breath. Slow, rhythmical, small breaths. The eyes are more or less looking straight ahead as you roll the head. Okay, and Nathan, let's go up again. Okay, I think that's enough with that roller. Now, just add the real big roller now. Because if she falls too far forward, it becomes too difficult.
Just focus on what you focus on.
And this will help you remain a little bit more upright, of course.
Yeah.
Don't have to be bent so forward. Yeah, very nice. Just lean into that. rest into that, and very gently now, once you get that complete rest of the head, lift her and lower her just a little bit, Nathan. And Louisa just needs to lift the head, rest the head. So we're taking all the work away from the head, or trying to go back down again, lift, let the head rest on the table, on the roller.
All the way down?
No, just a little up and a little down from that point. And now, as he goes up and down, Louisa, I want your eyes to go down with the downward movement, and then up with the upward movement. So you're going to roll the head, or maybe not. The other way, instead of rolling it side to side now. Not be too much. Yeah. Okay, let's not worry about rolling the head, just the eyes up and down. So your eyes are following the direction of the movement, looking up as you go up and down as you go down. And then to finish off, you're going to look, okay, Kim, hold your horses, rest for a moment. Beautiful, soft, quiet rest. Beautiful. And when you're ready, continue to lift. Wait a minute. What did you do in anticipation of doing something? And to go quiet again, Nathan, lift and lower, just as you were doing before. And this time the eyes are going to go in the opposite direction, Louisa. So you're going to look down as you go up and up as you go down. And think of the movement of the eyes following the ants. So it's a real slow movement, unlike the chair, but we can pretend we're going to train the chair. Beautiful.
What happened? We've got a few machines around.
Now the head's naturally rolling in that direction on the roller. See if you can maintain contact with that forehead. That's it. Feel the whole spine. And as you go up, keep going, Nathan. Up and down, Nathan. And as you go out, up, push the air out the belly. And look down. And look up as you go down. Breathe into the chest. And then push the belly out as you go down. Beautiful. Keep doing that, Nathan. That is delicious. You can play and practice this anytime you want during the week when you're with her with a stander, Nathan. It'll make a huge difference. But we've got to change it each week too. You can't keep doing the same thing. That's really nice. Okay, let the chair come completely down now and have a complete rest, and let her rest there for a moment. And very gently, non-invasively, move the rollers away. Roller and cushion, whatever, triangle. And just look at the horizon or where the horizon might be, Louisa. And imagine out in the distance, you're out wherever you want to be, looking at the ocean, the sunset or sunrise or mountains and clouds or all the colors of a sunset. And just look to the right and look at what's there in your visual, in your imagination, a visual field of something really beautiful in the sunset and the warm breeze. Chaff sitting on your lap, sharing the sunset with you or the sunrise, whatever you choose. Just looking right and left and continue doing that with soft rhythmical breathing as Nathan just lifts you fully to standing, bit by bit, slowly, slowly. Keep. It's a full morrow. It's really strong and good too, actually.
Because you hurt yourself.
I keep taking her up, increment at a time, and Louisa just keeps looking right and left on the horizon. You don't want to obstruct her view of this beautiful horizon. You don't want to interfere with moving her attention anywhere else. Just looking, oh, beautiful horizon. That's it. Wow, look what the left arm just did. Felt the table and lifted itself up. Perfect. Oh my God. And now just looking up and down a little bit. Leave that for a moment.
All right, obstructing the view.
No, you're right. Got to work on that. Needs a bit of WD-40 or something. Just wait there, Nathan. Wow. And then just look very slowly at that ant up and down for a moment. And then go one more increment, Nathan. Well, she's not ready for that yet. But she'll fall into it. No harm done. Okay, and then are we fully extended? We don't have to at this point because she's gained so much already. But I'm waiting to see what she does. That left hand's ready to support her. Beautiful. Look at that, open fingers, cerebral palsy. There we go. Now one more. She's done it.
Now, extend.
Come forward. That's beautiful. One more, Nathan. Just lift one more. That's enough. Yeah.
Is that how
Wait, wait, wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You feel it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Looks almost very relaxed in standing. And you're actually moving your weight now from your right leg to your left leg, huh? Feel the left foot again and the knee and the ankle. What Nathan was doing before. There you go. Yeah. So you got your own tools of correcting your left leg now. When you stand up, you can do it yourself. And it might only be looking right and left with your eyes. So if you're, not jammed in by the supports, that you've got a bit of room to move there, you're less likely to get arthritis in the joints. A lot of problems, unfortunately, within the cerebral palsy community, that we do all these things when you're younger to try and fix you and save you and help you with hips and standing and digestion and all the other features of life that we need to be looking after can be even better looked after with this approach. And when you get older, you don't have to deal with pain issues or arthritis. Okay, that's time up. Let her come back to sitting now. Please, Nathan. Just to say goodbye.
Yeah, probably time to get out of here. I see pirates on the horizon. And it mean.
Just a boy.
Charles escaped and joined them too.
Yeah.
He could,
Yeah.
yeah, walk the plank. Yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Nathan?
Louisa was saying, yeah, I could hear walk the plank. Sound like Charlie leading them.
And Louisa, just notice your sit bones now and how the pelvis is organised, huh? Is that feeling different? Huh?
Even the shape of your body has changed.
Feel the arch in your lower back.
The body has changed, Louisa said.
Yeah.
Sitting. Sitting down. Since.
And what is it? Nearly July. I don't know, but by the end of the year, you'll be able to stand up alone if we keep this up. Put your hands on the table and up you come.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Here she goes. I'm not going to wait till Christmas. No, push it, darling. We don't want effort, especially after a wonderful lesson. Get into some bad habits. Anyway, we'll leave it there. That's wonderful. Lovely to see you both again. Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Hear you.
Thank you. See ya. Bye. I'll send you the video. Okay. Bye.
Wait. Stop it.